All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do our data analysis of our math race totals. So we got to first put them in order from least to greatest. So 4, I think, is our least here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, sure we had 7. So 4, then what? 3 eighths. 1, 2, 3. Then what? Now we got a 9 in there somewhere. So 9. Then what? 10, then 3 11s. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2 13s. 1, 2. 1 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, we're good. So, what is our range? Did it change? No. So we take the greatest minus the least. It didn't change, so it stays 14. Our mode.
Yes, it's 8.
It didn't change. We just added a new one. The number that occurs the most, we have 8 occurs 3 times and 11 occurs 3 times. So we have 2 modes. Our median. Now, we added 2 that are less than our median. Remember, because we added 2 eighths. So should our median change?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. It stayed the same. Now, that's interesting.
It was on those two,
Because it was on the other 2 11s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it was yesterday, or Friday, or whenever we did math races last, the median was here, now it's down here, but it's still 11. So now we have to find the mean. What do we do first? Anybody? Add up our data set. Add up all the items in our data set. 8, 4 plus 8? 12.
20. 28.
28.
37.
37. 47.
58.
58.
69.
80. 92.
104.
104.
117.
117.
130.
How about 130?
148.
148. What are we dividing by? 14. That was going to be relatively easy because the first thing, 14 goes into 14 how many times? 14 times 1 equals?
14.
Subtract, we get 0. Bring down the 8. 14 goes into 8. 0 times 10. 0 times 14 equals 0. 8 is our remainder. Remainder 8. Now, but we know that every whole number has what next to it? Anybody? Well, before that, before the zeros. A decimal point. And is an infinite number of zeros. Because you can, so in case you're dividing, you can use them. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Even though, if I were grading you, this is all I would expect. Because the decimals can get pretty tricky. But I know pretty good that you can figure this out. So let's go to 10 here. We know, I'm just going to put 140 because we know we have 8. And we have all these zeros if we need them. Hopefully we won't need all those. We might. So I bring down the 0. Make sure I put my decimal in the quotient. 14 goes into 80. Now this is where it gets a little dicey. This is where we don't know our 14s. But we know our 12s. And we know what times 12 is pretty close to 80. 7 is more than 80. 6 is less than 80. So what do you want to try? 6, because 14 is more than 12. So let's try 6 and see what happens. So 6 times 4 equals 24. 6 times 2, or 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2. 84. Can we do that? No. That's what's great about division, is that you have that safety net. So we're going to get rid of that. What are we going to try?
5.
Yeah, 6 was too much. We're going to try 5. 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 times 1 equals 5 plus 2 equals 70. Then I subtract, I get 0. What do I do next? Or bring down, I get 10. Excuse me, I said 0. Now I have 100. Well, I know 12 goes into 100 8 times. But 8 would probably be too much for this. So what should I try? So let's try 7 times. 7 times 14. 7 times 4 equals 28. Carry the 2. 7 times 1 equals 7 plus 2. So we're awfully close there. What do? Bring down a 0. That's easy. 14 goes into 20 how many times? One time. 6, bring down to 0. 14 goes into 60 how many times? Well, let's see. 12 goes in 5 times, right? So let's try 4. It's going to be 56. 40. How many times? Anybody? 3. Well, let's see. 3. Because 12 would go into 43 times. So let's try 2. It's going to be 28. 120. Woo, this is taking a while. Well, we know that, let's see, 98 would be 7. 8. Yeah, it's probably going to be 8. So let's try 8. 8 times 14 that's 32. It's 112. Oh, 80. So it's going to repeat from, it's going to start, this whole chunk's going to repeat. Just, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2. It's going to go back to 5, 7, 4. So, that is, I'm not going to write, well, I guess I could. So our mean is 10, remainder 8, or 10 decimal point 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, repeating. Now that, let's see, that's 1 tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths, 100 thousandths, millionths. So 10 and 571,428 millionths repeating. So, again, that's kind of complicated, but you can do it. I mean, it's not that hard. All right. And really, if you wrote your remainder as a fraction, 8/14, and you did 8 divided by 14, which I'm going to do right now, just to double check, and I do 8 divided by 14, it gives me that decimal. Okay? Because that's your remainder written as a decimal. All right, excellent work. All right, now I just pinch my finger. So, good job on that. Let me stop this, and we will be good.